Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today, our group will be presenting our assignments of Task 2, which is the Accounting Concept, Principles, Estimate, and Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard.
Hi, my name is Hamad Firdaus bin Muhammad Rasul Kudus with ID number PDA 1905078.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is No Farhanis Piti Shafi. My ID number is 1905082.
My name is Muhammad Asmin Afghani. My ID number is PDA 1905085.
My name is Nushaza Agni binti Suhaidi. My ID number is PDA 1905086.
In this assignment, we'll be discussing on accounting policy or concept, accounting estimate, and accounting basis of a single company in Malaysia. We will also discuss about the MFRS 101 financial statement, MFRS 102 which is the inventories, and MFRS 116 property, plant, and equipment. Firstly, it will be accounting policy. Accounting policy are the basic rules and practices or a process put in place by a company's management team in order to prepare its financial statement. This might include any accounting process, calculation system, and disclosure reporting procedure. Accounting policy vary from accounting standard in that the principles are the accounting rules, while the policy are how a business meets such rule. The examples of accounting policy is inventory, property, plant, and equipment, treatments of lease, treatments of goodwill, and contingent liabilities. Next is the accounting policy for a single company. So as we choose IJM Plantation Berhad and Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, we choose inventory as the accounting policy as both of them have the same accounting policy. For the IJM Plantation Berhad, the inventories are declared at the lower cost or net realizable value, which is also same to the Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad. But for IJM Plantation Berhad, the costs are calculated on a weightage average basis and they include the expense of raw materials, direct labor, and a portions of productions overhead. The net realizable value is the average selling price in the ordinary course of business minus the estimated completion cost and the estimated cost to make the transaction. As for the Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, there will be a following cost that accounted for in taking the inventories to their current position and condition. The first one is raw material, which purchase costs for raw materials are calculated using a weightage average cost method. The second one is finished good and work in progress, which raw material cost, direct labor cost, and a sufficient provisions of fixed and variable factory overheads, and all costs due necessary and tree planting investment that can be allocated to such activity on a sustainable basis. The last one is process inventories, which include the raw material cost, direct labor cost, and appropriate proportions of fixed and variable productions overhead. Next is the property, plant, and equipment, which is the accounting policy for both company that we choose. The first one, all property, plant, and equipment shall be listed at a cost or a value less accumulated depreciation and a cumulative impairment except for non-depreciated capital work in progress, which is for IJM Plantation Berhad. While for Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, all the items of property, plant, and equipment are initially recorded at cost. The cost of an item, plant, and equipment is recognized as an advantage if and only if potential economic benefit associated with them are likely to flow to the group and company where it can be calculated accurately. The property, plant, and equipment are assessed at cost, less accumulated depreciation and impairment losses after recognition. Next is accounting estimate. Accounting estimate are better described as an approximation of the sum to be debited or credited in the respective account when there are no accurate means of measurement available. The examples of accounting estimate is useful life of non-current asset, depreciation, impairments of non-current asset, bad debt, provision for pension benefits. We choose provision as the accounting estimate for both company. For the IJM Plantation Berhad, the provision are measured at the present value of management best estimates of the expenditure expected to be required to settle the obligation using a pre-tax rate that reflects the current market assessment of time value of money and the risk specific to the obligation. The increase in the provision due to the passage of time is recognized as the finance cost. While for Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, the provision are recognized where the group and the company have a present obligation, either it is legal or constructive. As a result of a past case, the second one, an outflow of economic capital is likely to be needed to settle the obligation, and the third one is the sum of the obligation can be accurately determined. Provisions are revised and updated at each reporting date to reflect the most recent best estimate. The next one is impairments of non-financial asset as one of the accounting estimate for both company. For the IGM Plantation Berhad, other non-financial asset which including those subject to amortization are assets for impairments if incident or changes in circumstance suggest that the carrying value will not be recoverable. An impairment is reported for the amount by which the asset carrying the value exceeds its recoverable amount. Non-financial assets other than the goodwill that suffer impairment are reviewed for possible reversal of the impairment at each reporting date. For the Jaya Tiasong Holding Berhad, at each reporting date, the group and the company, if there is evidence that an asset could be affected, the group and the company estimate the asset recoverable amount. When the carrying amounts of an asset or CGU, which is the cash generating units, exceed its recoverable amount, the asset is deemed impairment and is written down to its recoverable amount.
Next, I will continue explain about the cash basis and accrual basis. Cash basis is records the transaction that involve cash. The account involved is a bank account. Recognition of revenue happens when the revenue is received. Expenses recognition happens when the expenses are paid. The cash basis is best if the company has a lot of transaction and deal with the consumer. For the accrual basis, the records of transaction that involve cash and credit transaction, the accounts involved are account payable and account receivable. Recognition of revenue happens when the revenue is earned. Meanwhile, expenses recognition happens when the expenses are billed. The best deal if the company with large business and don't get paid quickly.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to present about Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 101. So this standard is about presentation of financial statement. So this standard is set out overall requirement for the presentation of financial statement, guidelines for their structure and minimum requirement for their content. So there are 5 statements that company must present. So first, statement of financial position. Second, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Third, statement of changes in equity. Fourth, statement in cash flow. And lastly, notes to the financial statement. So the first statement is statement of financial position. So this statement is provide information about asset, liability, and equity. So as you can see in this picture, it show the how the company must provide should present their statement of financial position. So company must separate their non-current asset, equity, non-current liability, and current liability for present their financial their statement of financial position. So statement of financial position start with the non-current asset, current asset, equity, non-current liability, and current liability. So as you can see, the total of the total asset must be same the total equity and liability. So next, the statement of profit or loss. This statement shall present the profit or loss and total other comprehensive income. So basically, the statement start with the sale and minus the purchases, and plus with the income and minus expenses. So at the end, you can get the profit or loss. Next, statement of changes in equity. So this statement should provide the information of total comprehensive income, showing the separately the total amount into various elements of equity. So for example, the element of equity, earnings, common stock, and treasury stock, and others. So this statement basically start with the beginning balance, beginning equity balance, and plus the net profit, dividend, and at the end you can get the ending equity balance. So next, statement of cash flow. So this statement is for information about an entity's historical changes in cash and cash equivalent. So this statement are split into 6 activities: operating, investing, and financing. So operating activities is about any sources and use of cash from business activity. For example, buy the inventory, so receive cash from buyer. So investing activities is about any sources and use of cash from investment activities. For example, buy the new equipment, sold the property. In short, all the non-current assets are related to the investing activities. So last financing activities is about any sources of cash from investor and bank, as well as the use of cash back to shareholder. So lastly, notes to the financial statement. The statement disclose MFRS required information that is not included as well in the financial statement. For example, in the financial SOFI, just show the total amount of property, plant, equipment. Just show the total amount. So, but in the notes, it show what the item in the property, plant, equipment PPE. What the total amount. For example, land, equipment. So that's all for me. Thank you.
I will continue for MFRS 102, Inventory. The objective of this standard is to specify how inventories should account for, the amount of cost to be recognized as an asset and carried forward until the related revenue are recognized. This standard offers guidance on determining costs and subsequent expenses recognition, including write-down net realizable value. Next. For the Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, the disclosure is all the information is disclosed in Jaya Tiasa annual report. The amount stated using RM 1,000. For the measurement, the company used the weighted average cost formula when purchasing raw material. The lower cost and net realizable value is used to measure inventories. Purchase cost for raw material based on a weighted average cost model. Raw material cost, direct labor cost, and a combine of fixed and variable output. Overheads are example of process inventories. Finished goods and work in progress, such as expenses raw material, direct labor, and all costs due to nursery and tree planting expenditure can be allocated to a reasonable basis. For the recognition, the inventory is recognized as an expenses in cost of sales of the group and of the company. The carrying value of forestry asset is also transferred to the inventories.
The first thing that I would like to explain in MFRS 102 in regards with inventory is disclosure. The disclosure that I have analysis in the IJM Plantation Berhad Company is that all of the information is disclosed using the amount of RM000, which is using the value of 1,000, and then the amount of inventories recognized as spends during the period. And then for the measurements, I have analysis 3 measurements in the inventories, which is the first one, inventories in the company are stated in net realizable value. Net realizable value is the estimated selling price in the ordinary cost of business less the estimated cost, and the estimated cost have completed the transaction. And then the cost in the inventories are determined on a weighted average basis, in which the weighted average basis defines and includes the cost of raw materials, direct labor, and a portion of production overhead. And then inventories are also stated at lower cost, in which cost comprises the original cost or purchase plus with the cost of bringing the inventories to their intended location. And lastly is about the recognition, in which the items in the company are recognized in accordance with MFRS 102 when they meet the definition of inventory.
For the MFRS 116, Property, Plant and Machinery, the aim of this standard is to describe the accounting treatment for property, plant and equipment so that the user of financial statement can understand details about an entity investment in property, plant and equipment, as well as adjustment in the investment. Next. For the Jaya Tiasa Holding Berhad, the disclosure is all items of property, plant and equipment are recorded on cost. The amount stated can be seen in statement of financial position, and all the additional details are in notes to financial statements. For the measurement, the cost of an item of property, plant and equipment is recognized as an asset if and only if potential economic benefit associated with the item are likely to flow to the group and to the company, and the item cost can be measured reliably. The company computed the depreciation on a straight line basis over the estimated useful life. If an incident happened and affect the amount of carrying value of the property, plant and equipment, the carrying value is checked for damage. The property, plant and equipment can be recognized when there are no future use or any economic benefits upon them. For the recognition, as the plant, property and equipment are measured in cost except for freehold land, they are measured at cost less accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses.
In MFRS 116, the disclosure that I have analysis in IJM Plantation Berhad is for the reconciliation, operating lease commitments disclosed as 31st March in 2019 is 57,377. Meanwhile, lease liabilities recognized as at 1 April 2019 is 9,317, which comprises non-current liabilities 8,796 and current liabilities 521. These may be referred at the statement below. And then for the measurements, I have analyzed 3 measurements in the company annual report, in which the first, interest expense on lease liabilities and depreciation of right of use properties substituted operating lease payment, in which were previously included in the statements of detailed profits. And then operating lease commitments disclosed as 31st March 2019 as 22,456 are discounted at the incremental borrowing rate as at 1st April 2019, and the incremental borrowing rate applied to the lease liabilities on 1st April 2019 was 5.20%. And then the group have measures the related right of use, or abbreviated as ROU, as set on a lease by lease basis on retrospective basis at its carrying amount, as though the new rules had already been applied, or at the amount equivalent to the lease liability, adjusted by the amount of any prepaid or accrued lease. And then for the recognition of the company, IGM Plantation Berhad is the items in the company are recognized in accordance with MFRS 116 when they meet the definition of plant, property and equipment in regards with MFRS 116.